Hello to my dear friends at Architectural Ceramics. I'm Nicole Phillips, and I had the pleasure of meeting so many of you a few months ago. And who knew at that time what we would be going through at this time? And I just wanted to pop back in here and remind you of what I was hoping to remind you of when I was with you, and that is that you are brave and you are kind. And when you can be those two things, everything else will fall into place. And so I imagine that many of you are struggling right now, as I am. I have to be in my house all the time. Maybe you have to be in your house, or maybe you have to go out, and that's even scarier for you. Um, it's so hard when jobs are lost and people we love are sick, and it ends up being a whole lot of black dots, right? A whole lot of black dots in the middle of our white space. But the fact is that the white space continues to exist. And I am seeing a lot of it across social media. And just walking down the street, I'm seeing hearts in the windows and teddy bears in the windows, and great stories of people who are just, um, teachers who are meeting kids in front of their screen porch doors, and just a lot of good is happening. And so I am more sure than ever that we are on the edge of this beautiful unfolding of empathy and compassion that's happening in our world. And I think it's really cool to be a part of it and to be able to see what's going to happen from here on out. But in the middle of it, in the thick of it, I get it. It is hard. It is the black dot. So I want to just go through a few minor points, or quick points rather, of things that I mentioned when I was with you. And you all got these little cards, and they say, what you look for is what you'll see. I'm going to go really close. What you look for is what you'll see. And so it goes back to the idea of thinking about what you're thinking about. This is an essential time to train your brain and to reject and replace those thoughts that aren't serving you. It happens whether it's something that's happening at work, something that's happening in your personal life. But when we can be really sharp and really on it, and very determined to reject those negative thoughts, those places where we park our brains full of the worry and the hurry and the jury, and instead say, no, this is my truth. This is the truth I'm telling myself. And, it's like, this is my story and I'm sticking to it. That's how I feel about it, is that we have a truth and it is good, and we get to reject and replace those negative thoughts with a mantra. Mine was love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. That was the one that I started with. So find something that resonates with you, those words, a phrase, a quote, something that means something to you, and put that in your brain and allow that to be the thought that you go to when you are feeling weak, when you're feeling worried, when you're feeling frustrated, when things aren't working out the way that you want them to work out, when they're not working out easily. Reject and replace that thought and add in something new. And so we think about what we're thinking about. We determine that it is either something that is serving us or something that is not serving us. And if it's not, we reject and replace. And you all want to say hi to my husband? Husband, come in here. Say hi to everybody. These are my friends from Maryland, from Architectural Ceramics. Can you say hi?
Hi, everybody.
And there's my son. Come in and say hi in your Jaws shirt.
Hello.
Okay, so, a normal case scenario, I would have shut off the computer and started again. But that's not how life is working right now for me, and maybe not for you. And we're just rolling with the punches as they come, right? So here we are. I'm working from home, and perhaps you are too. Think about what you're thinking about. Reject and replace those thoughts. And then finally, give grace. Give grace to yourself and give grace to everybody else. We are hearing from healthcare professionals that there is going to be a wave of PTSD and mental health issues when this COVID-19 is over. And we, in the speaking realm, I guess, and are gearing up for that. And I know that for me personally, I am gearing up for that because I feel like the things that we've talked about are going to be even more essential of knowing where your brain is and what you're allowing for thoughts into your mind. So think about what you're thinking about. Reject and replace. Give grace. And as you give grace to yourself, understand that, you know what, you're not going to handle this perfectly. I'm not handling it perfectly. I go off the rails sometimes. Maybe you go off the rails sometimes, and it's okay. It's just okay to say, this is how today went. We're going to try again tomorrow. And then give grace to others and understand that when people come at you and they are speaking to you and it's short or it's snippy or it's confused or it's frustrated or whatever it is, that they're dealing with a whole lot of stuff right now too. And so sometimes it's easier to just give grace, to keep your mouth closed, and to go back later and say, hey, can we talk about this? You're brave and you're kind, and I just want to encourage you with a whole lot of courage that what you're doing is important. Those micro actions each day where you fill up somebody else's bucket, where you encourage another person, where you say one kind word, all of that matters so much right now. You are so powerful in bringing more light to this world, and I want to thank you for that. So until we can meet again in person, I just wanted to send out this little greeting and say hello. I am thinking about you, and I wish you all of the best. Take care. Bye-bye.